no, Dapple. You still haven't got it right. Try it once more, please.
Good morning, Sancho. I see you are trying to teach Dapple another new trick.
Oh, good morning to you, Don Quixote. Yes, this is a trick of numbers. Dapple is very smart with numbers. Observe. Ready, Dapple? Now, what is the sum of 2 plus 2? Do you have the answer? Excellent. The sum of 2 plus 2 is... Oh, come on now, Dapple. Only one more.
Oh, yes. Very interesting, Sancho. Very interesting. Now, I have important work for you to do.
Oh, that's what I was afraid of. Yes, senor, there's absolutely no work I am afraid of.
Good. This afternoon, a lawyer from Madrid is coming here to La Mancha to read the last will and testament of my late revered grandfather, Don Gregorio.
Oh, my sympathy, sire. I heard that you had buried the eminent gentleman last week.
Oh, you had to bury him. He was dead, you see.
I see.
My cousin, Don Felipe de la Vega, and his wife, Donna Isabella, will be coming here to my home for the reading of the will.
Donna Isabella, the one who behaves and looks like Attila the Hun, except for the mustache.
Attila the Hun didn't have a mustache.
No, but Donna Isabella does.
That will be enough, Sancho. I want you to wait by the gate to greet them when they arrive.
Dapple, why weren't you and I born rich instead of just cute and cuddly? Then we wouldn't have to be standing out here waiting for Attila the Hun and her mustache and her husband.
Stupid beast! I command you to halt! At once!
At last, the courage of Don Felipe and Donna Isabella. From what I know about Donna Isabella, I expected her to arrive on a broom.
Felipe! Don't just sit there like the frozen mullet that you are. Open the door for me, numbskull.
Yes, my dear.
Oh, poor Don Felipe is a frightened little mouse of a man. Of course, with a wife like Donna Isabella, a tiger would be a frightened little mouse of a man.
Hey! Be careful, you clumsy oaf. I'm surprised that you don't trip over your own feet.
Yes, my dear.
Clumsy ox. I often wonder why I ever married you.
So do I, my dear. So do I.
Yeah, welcome, Senora, Senor. My master, Don Quixote, extends the hospitality of his home to...
Yes, never mind the boring speech. Just tell us where the will of our beloved sainted grandfather is to be read. We're anxious to learn how much of his beloved sainted estate we, his favorite grandchildren, will inherit.
Oh, the reading of the will is to take place in the study, Senora. Don Quixote and Don Alfonso, the lawyer from Madrid, are already there waiting for your arrival.
And to my illustrious grandson, Felipe, and his wife, Isabella, I bequeath my precious collection of beetles and butterflies.
Beetles and butterflies? Ah! How dare that doddering old nincompoop disgrace us in this way?
Please, Senora, there is more in the will.
Yes, please, dear, sit down.
When I want your spineless advice, I'll ask for it. You may proceed, Senor Lawyer, and please go quickly to the part where we inherit everything.
And my prized collection of jewelry, rare stones, and gems.
Ah, good. Our jewelry at last.
And my prized collection of jewelry, rare stones, and gems I bequeath to my kind, loving grandson, Don Quixote of La Mancha, along with all my other estates, livestock, currency, and valuables.
Don Quixote? Him?
I would like to thank my honored grandfather. What was his name again? What did I want to thank him for? Oh, yes.
Forgery! Swindle! Fraud! The will is a counterfeit! Help! Police!
Oh, my. The poor woman has fainted. Give her water. Or is it air?
Don Alfonso, I'm her husband. Let me give it to her.
Yes, Felipe, go ahead. You give it to her.
Oh! I'm a mess! A terrible, disgusting mess!
Yes, my dear.
I really must say I'm greatly relieved that my cousin Isabella has recovered so quickly. She's most simpatico, fainting out of joy for my good luck. A fine woman indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Ah, sire, I heard the splendid news that you have been stricken with the sudden attack of great wealth. I congratulate you. Oh, Dapple also congratulates you.
Thank you, Sancho. Thank you, Dapple.
Now, Dapple, nobody likes to show off.
We must learn Don Quixote's plans, so we can make plans of our own. Plans to get his inheritance away from him.
You'll think of something, my dear. You have the finest scheming mind in all of Spain.
The finest scheming mind in all of Spain? Yes, I'd say that's an accurate estimate. Shh, quiet, dimwit. Do you want them to hear you?
Sire, have you decided how you intend to spend this delightful fortune you have inherited?
I have indeed. Now that I can afford it, I intend to become a knight-errant.
A knight-errant! How marvelous! Oh, how exciting! How impressive! What is a knight-errant?
A knight-errant is one who roams the countryside, performing noble deeds, seeking danger, destroying evil, or dying bravely in the attempt.
Oh, too bad we won't be joining you, eh, Dapple?
But you will be joining me. The three of us will be leaving first thing tomorrow morning.
We will?
We will.
I'm sick.
Felipe, I have it. A perfect underhanded scheme to fleece Don Quixote of his fortune.
I knew you could do it, my dear.
Of course. Now, if something unpleasant should happen to Don Quixote on this stupid quest, then we, as the sole surviving members of the family, would inherit everything. True?
True. Nasty, but true.
So, tomorrow, when that simpering wimp starts his journey, we will be with him.
We? Why we?
I'll tell you why we. To make sure that when he starts looking for danger, we are there to see that he finds it. Very dangerous danger.
At last, the sun rises on the first day of my glorious quest.
I wish you good fortune, Don Quixote. But frankly, I'm worried about you. The quest is sure to be difficult, with many perils, and... forgive me, compadre, but you are no longer a young man.
I assure you there's nothing to fear. As the great cavalier Don Diego de Vicente once said. What was it he said? Or was it his brother, the eminent Don Carlos de Vicente, who said it all? Or did they really say anything at all?
Whoa! I said whoa! Do me the honor, please, dear horse, of stopping soon. At your convenience, of course. All right, I'm warning you. Either stop immediately, or I will bring in my beloved wife, Donna Isabella. To deal with you.
A wise decision, amigo horse.
Ah, good morning, Cousin Quixote. Don Alfonso?
How considerate of you, kind cousins, to rise and be here so early, to bid us farewell and Godspeed on our journeys.
We do wish you Godspeed, sir, but not farewell. We would like to go with you.
Dapple, mind your manners. Just because you're a donkey does not mean you cannot be a gentleman.
Donna Isabella, I would, of course, be deeply honored by your company. But why would you wish to accompany me on such a difficult undertaking?
We, my loving husband and I, feel that sharing the joys and rigors of such a journey would bring us even closer as cousins.
How very cousinly of you, cousin.
Yes, isn't it?
Stop that, Dapple, or I will trade you in for a used goat.
Then you approve, Cousin Quixote? We may travel with you? You'll find that our coach is most comfortable.
Of course, you may travel with me if you wish.
That's good news.
But on one condition.
That's bad news. What, pray tell, is this condition?
I must pursue this great quest precisely as a knight of old would have pursued it, in full armor, riding my faithful steed, and above all, enjoying no up-to-date conveniences such as your fine modern carriage.
However, sire, The knight squire may occasionally rest his tired bones by riding in the fine modern carriage, may he not?
He may not. Whatever hardship is endured by the knight must also be endured by his squire.
Just a thought. Unhappily a miserable one.
Then it is agreed. We will leave as soon as I've put on my trusty armor and saddled my noble steed, Rocinante. I wonder where he can be. Of course, he's in his stable. Where else would a noble steed be at this time of day? My, he's a clever one, isn't he? Especially for a horse. It is now clear, you see, Don Alfonso, how perfectly Rocinante matches the description of the illustrious stallion ridden by the first son of King Ferdinand IV. Or was the fourth son of King Ferdinand I? Or the fifth son of King Ferdinand the... Oh, dear. I wonder why that keeps happening. Wake up, please, honored friend. Our splendid quest is due to begin. Rocinante! Hello! Hello there! Do you hear me? Hello!
Oh, Signor Knight! Oh, there is only one way to rouse this stupid, slumbering animal. Observe! Rocinante! Breakfast! Oh, food! Eat! Yum, yum, yummy! You see, sire, in many ways they are exactly like your average useless human being.
Now, finally we are ready to begin our mission. Hail to the glorious days of chivalry!
Hail to the knight-errant of La Mancha! Hail to a triumphant quest for all!
A triumphant quest for all!
Yes, we'll make it our most triumphant quest for all. Especially us.
Isabella. Isabella. Pow! Isabella. Slam! Wham! Crunch!
Felipe, wake up! Stop that mumbling before I... Wait! Outside! Do you hear something? Do you hear it?
What? Who? Where? What? Who? Where?
There! See?
It's a prison wagon. There's men are galley slaves, probably being transported to a jail or ship somewhere nearby.
Why are they coming after us? I've always been polite to prisoners and galley slaves, even though I've never met one. Oh, What will we do? What will we do?
No, they're not coming after us. See, they're turning off. Just traveling on the road that passes here.
Felipe! That prison wagon has given me a superb idea. Within a few hours, our feather-brained cousin will be engaged in a battle he cannot win, and which we cannot lose.
Are you sure?
How dare you ask?
I lost my head.
Almost.
Good morning, Sancho. How did you sleep?
I am stiff in places where I don't even have places. Oh, allow me to help you, Senor Knight. Go, Dapple. Dapple, pretend you are a horse. Slowly, carefully, good. Stop, Dapple! Dapple, stop!
Don Quixote! I must speak with you. A matter of life and death. Perhaps both.
Yes, of course, but first I'd like to get out of...
I want to know what you intend to do about those pitiful galley slaves.
Galley slaves?
They must be rescued from the clutches of that brutal jailer before a horrible fate befalls them.
Brutal jailer? Horrible fate? What do you mean?
Didn't you see that shameful prison wagon that passed through here during the night?
I saw nothing. I was asleep.
Oh, forgive me. I should have known. A gentleman with your tender heart would never knowingly allow such a terrible wrong to go unrighted.
Never! But perhaps it is still not too late. Do you remember in which direction the beastly vehicle was traveling when you last saw it?
Why, yes, I just do happen to remember. It was moving along the road in that direction. I'm sure you could catch up with them very quickly. Everyone knows how your splendid steed can fly like the wind.
Thank you, Isabella, for bringing this crucial matter to my attention. Sancho, my squire, prepare me for battle. I shall demolish the despicable jailer and free those poor, helpless galley slaves. Don Quixote de la Mancha rides for justice. Rocinante, charge!
I shall follow you, honored sire.
And I shall mourn you, doomed cousin.
Miserable.
When do we get there?
Good, we have been here a long time.
It's hot as an oven in here.
Yeah, this stinking place is too hot.
Why, the filthy lot of you. I'm taking no chances that you'll get out before we reach the prison shape. And if any of your scurvy friends try to sneak up and get you out,
I'll hit first and ask questions later.
Forward, Rocinante, to overtake the evil wagon. A true knight doesn't rest until... Until... whatever it is he doesn't rest until. Compadre, observe! At the bottom of the hill, the prison wagon at last. Beware, you disgraceful jailer! Beware the wrath of a knight who is pure in heart!
Just as I expected. Your scrawny friend in the tin suit has been following us, looking for a way to get you out of that cage. Come on down, you low-down little weasel. Let's see you just try to get them out. Attack, you coward! Attack!
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never gather any moss, bring the rain in Spain. You see, Rocinante, one must consider the philosophical implications of... No, Rocinante, you can't sleep now. We must attack, Rocinante. Wake up! Oh, dear. I have it. Lunch, Rocinante. Lunch! Charge!
Hurry, foolish one. I'm waiting for you. You'll rust in Hades before you get these scummy galley slaves away from me.
How of a good fight?
Hey, hit him!
Nothing like a good fight.
My dear imprisoned compadres, it was a victory for right and justice.
Sure, compadre. Just get us out of here.
Hey, in a hurry. The key's on the chain old musclehead is carrying.
There's nothing to fear. Don Quixote is here.
Hey! Whoa!
My friends, you are now free as birds.
I'm a bird. Tweet, tweet.
Freedom! It is magnifico!
Sí, mucho magnifico.
Mucho magnifico.
Please, friends, do not bother to thank me for my brave... what are you doing?
There it is, Dapple. The prison wagon. By now, El Senior Knight has surely captured it and freed the prisoners. Sire, we are on our way.
Sancho, aren't you going to ask me what happened?
What happened, Senor?
Don't ask.
Oh, you poor man. How you must have suffered at the hands of those ruffians.
I'll soon be all right, Thank you.
How would you like a little bit of wine to wash away the taste of the water?
No, Sancho. If there is any wine in this camp, I order you to get rid of it at once.
Oh, as you command, sire. Oh, delicious. You're sure you would not like just a tinsy-wincy taste of this?
Defies the colors of the Marquesa de Montesinos.
The Marquesa?
I have heard that no one is allowed to ride in the carriage but the Marquesa and members of her family.
Have you ever seen such a beautiful horse?
The Marquesa herself must be inside.
What a handsome carriage!
I must salute her ladyship. Help me, Sancho, to pay homage to her ladyship as her carriage passes by.
If you wish, senor.
Welcome, your ladyship.
And to your little daughter.
Oh, greetings from La Mancha. Some carriage. He stirs up more dust than my Uncle Oswald's entire herd of goats.
Bless you.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Oh, stop whining, Felipe. Our jellyfish cousin was lucky this time, but it won't happen again. I'll see to that. Don't tell me you're losing your nerve, you whinging coward.
All right. I'm losing my nerve, you whinging coward.
What?
No, my dear. What I mean is... all this plotting is getting too complicated. Maybe we should just leave poor Don Quixote and his money alone.
And depend on you to make a living for us? Ha!
I could make a living for us. May I remind you that I used to be a very competent musician.
And may I remind you that there is hardly a great demand these days for weedy little men who can toot Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star on the flugelhorn.
The tuba! The tuba! Why don't you ever remember?
Criminals! Desperados! Assassins! They will kill us! Felipe, do something brave to stop them! And that's certainly the most hopeless suggestion I've ever made. Please, merciful gentlemen, do not harm us, please. I'm just a poor, helpless, frail woman. Spare me, senor criminals, I beg of you, spare me. Spare him, too, though it hardly seems worth the trouble.
Senora, there is nothing for you to fear. I am Father Anselmo, and this is Father Manuelo.
We are Benedictine monks on our way to deliver valuable gems to decorate the new cathedral at Saint Louis Rey.
You see, Felipe, there is nothing to be afraid of, just as I told you. You'd run away from your own shadow if I didn't stop you.
But those hoods you're wearing...
To protect us from the wind and dust of the desert.
But, Father, isn't it dangerous to travel in this wilderness when you're carrying valuable gems?
We're trained to defend ourselves and the goods we carry for the church.
If anyone should be so foolhardy as to attack us, he's likely to end up with a cracked skull.
Most interesting. Most interesting indeed.
Gentlemen, may we offer you rest and refreshment to help you on your journey?
Thank you, but we don't have time. If we don't leave at once, we won't reach our destination by nightfall. Adios, senor. Senora.
Bless you, my children. And a safe journey.
Aha! Now Don Quixote is finished, for sure.
Isabella, you wouldn't send him chasing after those bone-crushing monks. They'd squash him like a bug.
Oh, Felipe, go wash a camel or something. Can't you see I have important work to do?
No, wait.
Out of my way before I squash you like a bug. Cousin Quixote, wake up. A frightful thing is about to happen to the Marquesa de Montesinos and her little daughter.
What is it? Tell me.
Terrifying news. 2 evil hooded men, plainly criminals, are pursuing the Marquesa's carriage, and they are obviously up to no good.
Father Anselmo, do you hear something behind us?
Yes, Brother Manuelo. Horsemen are following us and coming closer.
Thieves, taking the jewels we are carrying for the church.
We'll be ready for them, and we'll make no harmful move until we're sure they have evil intentions.
Oh. Can't I give them one little knock on the head?
Absolutely not.
There they are, our enemies. Frighten her ladyship, will you? Threaten harm to her lovely daughter, will you? Sirs, you are not gentlemen. Charge!
Senor, you have mistaken us for someone else.
We mean no harm to anyone. But I am rapidly losing my patience with you, senor.
Villains! Now you know how it feels to fight a man, not mere women and children.
We have no wish to fight anyone, senor.
If you would kindly stop for a moment, we could explain what we...
You're asking for a truce. Never. We will accept only death or total surrender.
However, that opinion is not unanimous.
May we help you, sir?
Stay away from me, scoundrels! No, no! Don't come near me! You are evil men, the enemies of everything I believe in.
Oh, our last apple. Here we go again. Senor Knight, there is nothing to be afraid of. Stop! Hey, listen to me, please!
The enemy! Avenge! evil rogues! A fearless knight prepares to destroy you! Rosinante, forward!
Master, no! Stop! Hey, listen to me, please! Oh, leave them alone, senor. They are just windmills.
Felipe, how much longer must we go on searching for Don Quixote out here in this boiling wasteland?
The monks were sure that he and Sancho had come this way, so we will not turn back until we find them. Look, something is moving behind those... Oh, no, it's only a rabbit.
What did you expect? Nothing but rabbits and lizards could remain alive in this wilderness. Certainly not a useless old man like Don Quixote.
We're going to find him. Keep watching. No one could survive for long in this heat.
I don't know why you're getting so upset. If anything has happened to Don Quixote, well, it's no great loss to the world. He's nothing but a foolish dreamer.
Who dreams the kind of dreams we should all be dreaming? Dreams of a better world, of better people, of better, happier lives for all of us.
What on earth has got into you, Felipe? You really seem to care what happens to Don Quixote. It's the first time in years I've heard you express such strong feelings about anything.
Yes, I do care very much what happens to Don Quixote. If we all had his courage and principle, we would... Look, we're wasting time just talking about him. We've got to find him.
Felipe!
Keep looking over there. I look over here. Move, horse, move!
Felipe! Over there! On that hilltop! Isn't it that peculiar little donkey that belongs to Pancho Sancho?
Sancho Panza.
That's what I said! Panza Sancho!
Yes, it is Dapple. Move, horse, move! There they are. Both badly injured. We've got to get them to a doctor at once. Isabella, help me put them into the carriage.
But Felipe, we
but me no buts, woman. Do as I tell you.
Felipe!
Don Felipe, could I please have another small sip of wine? Personally, as everyone knows, I strongly disapprove of wine. But perhaps for medical purposes it could be permissible?
But of course, compadre. Whatever you wish. Wine. Wine for our loyal and courageous squire, Sancho. Quickly now, quickly! What delayed you, Isabella? You know I want you to answer immediately when I call.
Yes, my dear. Oh, whatever you say, my dear.
We are pleased to see the remarkable recovery you two gentlemen have made in the past 2 weeks, since your rather unpleasant experience with the windmill.
That windmill will never be the same again. Oh, a little humor?
Such an experience has had, I feel, a profound and lasting effect on the subliminal, unconscious mind of the people who just... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Wake up, please, all of you. I will deliver no more boring speeches.
Promise?
I promise, except, of course, when the dire exigencies of the specific and individual circumstances should... I promise.
Good for you, senor.
At last.
Bravo!